Prior to getting into the alphabetical soup of the probable shapes of economic recovery in India, let's first know what a recovery phase in a business cycle typically means. Economic recovery is that stage or phase of a business cycle that follows post a slump, a downswing, or a low period. It strongly reflects a period involving improved activities as far as businesses and economy are concerned. Looking from an economic perspective, the path of the economy would depend significantly on the course of the virus. As long as the pandemic persists, the longer it would take to reach recovery. Let's see what economic experts have to put forth as far as the Indian economic recovery scenario is concerned. What potential shapes of recoveries would the Indian economic rebound scene witness, whether it would take the form of a V, U, W, L, swoosh, J, K, Z, or an inverted square root is something that would be interesting and catchy to see. The rolling lockdowns due to COVID have sent the economy into a tailspin. Growth in India, and indeed much of the world, is set to fall off a cliff for the year 2021. Economic pundits now seem to be in love with prognosticating and predicting the shape of economic recovery that shall take place once the dust settles. Let's now delve deeper into what the economists foresee and accordingly understand what the economic rebound shapes depict. The pace at which the economy recovers determines the shape of the recession recovery or recovery from the slump period. A V-shaped recovery connotes that post a sharp and brief period of slump, the economy bounces back quickly to its baseline with no hiccups along the way. However, this rebound is ideal because it means there is less likely to be a lasting damage to the economy. A U-shaped recovery transpires when the recovery is not immediate and the decline actually lasts for some time. Here, the downturn so experienced stays at the bottom for quite a while. However, the economy under such a scenario is expected to bounce back eventually, but that takes much longer and is more difficult. Under this type, a downturn could typically last between 12 to 24 months. A W-shaped recovery, popularly known as a period that experiences a double dip, and is usually caused by further complications during the recovery period, which can cause the economy to slip back into a low phase. In short, under this type, an economy dips twice before a full recovery is achieved. This type is quite painful. L-shaped recoveries are characterized by a quick fall followed by a failure to recover. It forms the worst-case scenario as they offer no hope of recovery. This type experiences persistent unemployment alongside stagnant economic growth. They occur following an economic recession characterized by a more or less steep decline in the economy but without a corresponding steep recovery. The italicized V-shaped recovery or the Nike swoosh recovery, named after the iconic checkmark logo, here post-plummeting, growth starts recovering quickly, but then it is slowed down by obstacles and then moves gradually back to the trend line. The J-shaped recovery reportedly implies that not only would there prevail a recovery, but also it goes up that it exceeds the pre-recession levels. It is kind of considered an unrealistic scenario. The K-shaped recovery means that post a slump period, different parts of the economy recover at different rates, times, or magnitudes. The recovered parts of the economy are indicated by the upward spike of the letter K, while the parts that haven't recovered yet are indicated by the downward spike of the letter K. A Z-shaped recovery is considered as the most optimistic and positive scenario in which an economy quickly rises after an economic crash. Moreover, it makes up more than for lost ground before setting back to the normal trend line, forming a Z shape. Under this, the economic disruptions last for a small period of time, wherein more than people's incomes, it is their ability to spend that gets restricted. An inverted or an inverse square root shaped recovery is a scenario wherein there exists a possibility of a rebound from the bottom. Then the growth slows and settles a step down. In other words, this kind of a situation suggests a recovery followed by another decline, followed by a flat or low growth. This is considered to be one of the most unusual forms of economic recoveries. Although if the pandemic or these turbulent times abate anytime sooner, the economists see a V-shaped recovery scenario for the Indian economy. However, it should not be forgotten that the virus has a mind of its own that creates many unknowns on the horizon and sees the element of uncertainty permeate. We can hope and pray that the current situation diminishes and we soon hit a V shape and never see an L shape.